Hey everyone, and welcome back. After a jam-packed 4 days of touring in Osaka, Nara, Himeji, and the Mount Shosha Temple Complex, Paolo and I made our way south. We took Japan's fastest and speediest bullet train, the Nozomi, to spend 4 days in Hiroshima. The city is a unique tourist destination as being the site of the first ever atomic bombing on a civilian population. This tragic event has profoundly and uniquely influenced its present standing, shaping its identity as the city of peace. Close to Hiroshima is Miyajima Island, also known as Itsukushima, where we visited the iconic site of Itsukushima Shrine and the floating Torii Gate. We also rented a car for the day and drove to Mitaki-dera Temple, located on a hill at the base of Mount Mitaki. The autumn foliage provided a stunning backdrop as we walked along the path. Then we drove outside the city to Iwakuni to walk along its famous landmark, the Kintai-kyō Bridge, an elegant wooden arch bridge spanning the Nishiki River with 5 graceful arches. On our final day, we visited the Peace Memorial Museum and Park, a somber day to reflect on the catastrophic event that caused unimaginable suffering. But before we get any further, if you haven't yet seen the first 3 episodes of the Autumn in Japan series, I'll add the links in the description box. I began my first week in the Hokuriku region of Japan, followed by a stay in Kyoto where Paolo joined me. After Kyoto, we then stayed in Osaka with day trips to Nara, Himeji, and Mount Shosha. Now, on to Hiroshima. We got to Shin Osaka Station well ahead of our scheduled departure.
They're having big delays on the trains, 10 cents on the trains, and they were about an hour and 10 minutes behind schedule with all the trains.
A delay on the Sanyo line caused a domino effect, impacting all Shinkansen trains arriving at and departing from Shin Osaka Station. We waited for almost 2 hours, along with all the other affected passengers. Eventually, the problem got sorted out, and the delayed Shinkansen trains arrived to pick up or drop off passengers. Then it was our turn, and we finally boarded the train bound for Hiroshima. At Hiroshima Station, we boarded the sightseeing loop bus, free for JR Regional Pass holders. It dropped us by the Peace Memorial Park, where we stopped to check out the atomic bomb dome. This is the most famous and evocative structure in the park. It was the former Hiroshima Prefectural Industrial Promotion Hall, and was one of the very few buildings to remain standing after the bombing on August 6, 1945. The dome is located just 160 meters southeast of the blast center. The blast came from almost directly above, causing the building to collapse vertically while leaving its central steel skeleton intact. Before our 5-day Kansai Hiroshima pass expired, we took the JR Sanyo line from Hiroshima Station to Miyajima Station. And from there, we boarded the JR ferry to Miyajima Island. The pass is also valid for the JR ferry to Miyajima Island. The only thing that we paid for was a visitor tax of 100 yen per person. Oh, and a visitor's tax.
Hi, thank you. What do you guys think?
I think.
Miyajima, officially known as Itsukushima, is just off the coast of Hiroshima Prefecture.
Due to its unique scenic beauty, the large vermilion Great Torii standing in the sea against a backdrop of deeply forested Mount Mise forms a magnificent landscape.
今桟橋に到着しております。船内に落とし物、お忘れ物ございませんようご注意懸念してください。宮島桟橋
After getting off the ferry, we strolled along Omite-sando shopping street, a lively, pedestrian-friendly area packed with shops, restaurants, and food stalls. Apparently, we weren't the only ones who like street foods. Like in Nara, deers roam freely in Miyajima. To warm ourselves up, we purchased oyster chowder soups and savory buns.
You like it?
We continued along the Omotesando shopping street. Then we saw our first view of the Great Torii Gate at low tide. After taking the required photo opportunity with the Torii Gate in the background, we continued along. Above us were the striking sight of Miyajima's 5-story pagoda, and next to it, Senjokaku Pavilion. As we wandered along, the colors of autumn were in full bloom. We made our way to Daisho-in Temple, founded in 806 AD, located at the base of Mount Misen. As we walked up along the stairs, along the banisters are spinning many prayer wheels inscribed with the sutras. Spinning the wheels as you walk up is believed to bestow the same blessings as reading the sutras themselves. After that first set of stairs, there are 500 rakan statues of Buddha's disciples. The sprawling complex features a variety of halls, statues, and gardens. From up here, there is a view of the Seto Sea and Hiroshima's prefecture beyond. Within the grounds is the Henjokutsu cave. The cave is a homage to the famous Shikoku pilgrimage, a journey to 88 sacred temples on the island of Shikoku. There are 88 Buddhist icons, and sand from each of the temples on the Shikoku route is buried in front of them. After finishing at the temple, we took a route along a wooded trail where deers gathered. The striking red of the Japanese maples was especially brilliant against the deep green of the forest. This route took us to the Itsukushima Shrine. The shrine's history dates back to the late 6th century, but the current buildings were constructed in 1168 AD. The shrine is dedicated to the three goddesses of the sea and storms. Because the entire island was considered a sacred object, commoners were historically not allowed to set foot on it. Instead, they had to approach the shrine by boat through the Torii gate. There was a line of people waiting to get their selfie picture taken with the great Torii gate and a lantern in the background. It was too long of a line, so we skipped it. The entire complex, including the main halls and corridors, is built on stilts over the tidal flat. This unique design was intended to create the illusion that the shrine is floating on the sea at high tide. As we left the shrine, we saw the Great Torii Gate one last time, with the water level considerably higher than in the morning. It is considered one of Japan's three great views. Right-hand driving.
Yeah. I don't have a door for my left arm.
It was a day of firsts. Paolo's first time driving a right-hand drive car and navigating on the left side of the road. He was understandably nervous.
Will I go up this way?
Continue for 2 kilometers.
Should I have gone that way maybe?
Slide left onto the ramp.
Oh no!
Forgot to ask about the...
In 400 meters, turn right.
I forgot to ask about the tolls. I feel like I'm in Madeira or something.
We rented a car to drive to Mitaki-dera Temple, founded in 809 AD, tucked away on the base of Mount Mitaki, located northwest of Hiroshima.
Where did you bring me to?
Known for its 3 waterfalls, Mitaki-dera is situated in a forested slope with Japanese maple trees ablaze in full colors. Autumn was certainly the best time to visit the temple. The site was chosen for its spiritual significance and for its 3 distinct waterfalls, which give the temple its name. The main path to the temple itself is a winding stone path that followed the contours of the hill. It is lined with traditional stone lanterns, Buddhist statues, and tall trees, creating a serene, almost mystical feeling. As we walked up the path, we could hear the sounds of running water. These waterfalls were visible along the trail. It was a quiet morning with only a few people on the path, which gave the moment a really peaceful vibe under the autumn sun and the radiant fall color foliage. The main path eventually gave way to a network of smaller trails and stone stairs that led to the various temple buildings and monuments. A steep path led to the Mount Mitaki trailhead, where you could see a sweeping vista of Hiroshima, though it was partially blocked by trees. After descending from the trailhead, we made our way to the main hall. A strange wooden statue stands at the entrance of the main hall. A frightful character is holding a child above its head in a throwing gesture while standing on a figure. Despite its demon-like appearance, it represents a deity that protects from evil spirits. The two-story Tahoto Pagoda was framed beautifully by the sun rays and the full foliage under a blue sky. In 1951, this pagoda, originally from a shrine in Wakayama Prefecture, was dismantled and reassembled at Mitaki-dera. This pagoda was rededicated as a memorial to the victims of the atomic bombing. To this day, the water from the three waterfalls at Mitaki-dera is used in the annual Hiroshima Peace Memorial Ceremony, where it is offered to the spirits of the victims. After the Mitaki-dera temple tour, we set the GPS for the city of Iwakuni, hoping the driving directions would be easy to follow. It is approximately 42 kilometers southwest of Hiroshima and takes about 1 hour by car. It is most famous for its stunning Kintai Bridge, a magnificent 5-arch wooden structure that spans the Nishiki River. The wooden boats you see on the Nishiki River are part of a traditional local experience, offering scenic cruises and a view of the Kintai Bridge from the river. They are particularly popular during the cherry blossom season, when the cherry trees along the river banks would be in full bloom. The Kintai Bridge has a remarkable history of resilience against natural forces. First constructed in 1673, after many previous bridges were destroyed by floods, its unique 5-arch wooden design proved effective for centuries. It famously stood for an incredible 276 years through countless floods, thanks to a system of periodic rebuilding. The bridge was finally destroyed by a typhoon in 1950 after decades of neglect, but the local townspeople quickly rebuilt it to its exact original design, especially how the bridge rests on a series of stone piers. The reconstruction was completed in 1953 and thus preserving the magnificent bridge we see today. We walked across the bridge to reach the other side. We strolled around the area. We were also looking for a restaurant, but we didn't find that many, and the ones that were there were already full or closed. We ended up here, a food stall on the river's dry bed, and ordered a quick snack here. We paid a fee to walk on the bridge for a round-trip crossing. The fee is charged for maintenance of the historic wooden structure. We returned to the other side. It was more touristy with souvenir shops and ice cream parlors. We bought ice cream and sat in Kiko Park and looking up to Iwakuni Castle, located on Mount Shirayama. After a refreshing break, we headed to the car and make our way back to Hiroshima. The bamboo forest.
Look how thick it is. You can't see anything through it, right? It's dark. 11:50.
This was our second interaction with a toll booth. The first time didn't go as well, but here it went relatively smooth. I think we're getting the hang of driving in Japan.
Receipt? No receipt?
I guess press that button.
Okay. Successful. This time. No, nobody behind me.
It felt symbolic that on the day we toured the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum and Park, the rain came down. Its somber tone fitting the mood of the day. A single atomic bomb indiscriminately killed tens of thousands of people, profoundly disrupting and altering the lives of the survivors. Through belongings left by the victims, A-bomb artifacts, testimonies of A-bomb survivors, and related materials, the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum conveys to the world the horrors and the inhumane nature of nuclear weapons and spread the message of no more Hiroshimas. The museum was packed with visitors, but given the theme of the exhibits, people were generally quiet and respectful. During our visit, it seemed that the majority of visitors were students from school groups visiting the museum as a fundamental part of peace education, making it a living classroom for young people. For first-time visitors to Japan, the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum is an incredible, important, and deeply moving stop, powerfully showing how it is always civilians who bear the brunt of war. It helps you grasp a tragic yet vital part of history and reminds you why working for peace is so essential in today's world. After the museum, we walked over to the Hiroshima Victims Memorial Cenotaph, designed in 1952, inscribed with the names of victims of the 1945 atomic bomb. If you stand at the monument, you can see the flame of peace and the A-bomb dome perfectly framed through its arch. That day was a pretty intense and serious experience, walking through the museum and the park. It really made us think about the atomic bombing and how incredibly tough the people were who survived it. The stories inside the museum just hit us, showing the massive cost of human lives lost and the resiliency of survivors. On our final night, we tried the famous dish from Hiroshima, the Hiroshima-style Okonomiyaki. There is a popular building in downtown Hiroshima located in the Shintenchi area called Okonomimura, packed with small individual booths where chefs cook the famous layered pancakes right in front of us on a large iron griddle. The building is considered the heart of Hiroshima's Okonomiyaki scene. It is a savory pancake often referred to as a Japanese pizza or Japanese crepe. Unlike other versions where ingredients are mixed, Hiroshima style is layered. It typically includes batter, cabbage, pork and noodles, all topped with a fried egg and a generous amount of sauce. Following the atomic bombing, a thin pancake topped with green onions and bonito flakes or shrimp that had gained popularity in Hiroshima prior to the war became a cheap way for the surviving residents to have food to eat. The Shintenchi area became a place where many of these shops began going beyond the original ingredients to what is now currently being offered. Trying local cuisine is a big part of traveling. Sometimes a dish will surprise you in the best way, while other times it might be the opposite. You never know until you try it. Thank you for watching. I hope you are enjoying our Japan travel stories. Stay tuned for more. Please subscribe so you'll know when the next video of our Japan trip is released.
映画をあくまげテレビは広テレ山口県美祢市にある特別天然記念物